Just a quick reminder, candidates will be asked questions directly. Those asked directly will get 2 minutes to respond, and then the rest of you gentlemen will get 90 seconds. Once again, at your 30-second remaining mark, I'll hold up the blue card, and when your time has expired, I'll hold up the red card. All right. Dr. Eichenbaum, this first question is for you. Obviously, there's been a lot of mention of the Constitution tonight, which warms my heart. This is from Justin Powell. He's a senior majoring in music and business administration. Do you feel the Constitution is a living document?
I mean, that's a very good question, because it speaks to one of the fallacies that the progressives would like us to believe. The progressives in this country would like us to believe that if the Constitution is living, they can mold it and change it to fit their needs. The founders of our the founders who wrote our Constitution believed in natural law. They believed that our rights of life, liberty, and property came from God, and that the proper role of government was to protect and secure those rights, not amend or abridge them. So, to me, the Constitution really lays out exactly what we need to follow. It is true that the Founding Fathers didn't necessarily know everything that was going to happen 200 years or 300 years in the future. But the principles of the Constitution really have not changed. All of us are born free, and we are protected in that freedom by the document of the Constitution. The Constitution makes us not a democracy, but a republic, and that is very important. You know that a democracy, the definition of a democracy is a lynch mob, okay? If there's 50 people there and one lynchee, the vote is 50-1. That's a democracy. We are a republic, and republics work best at the local level. That's the way the Founding Fathers meant it to work. That we here in our communities would decide what is best for us and make decisions based upon what our needs were locally. The states are the ones that had the rights, not the federal government. What we've seen now is a obscene amassment of power in the hands of the federal government. They know no way, there's no way that they are in any way limiting their power. And that's the problem now, is that they are ignoring the Constitution. We can function very well with the Constitution the way it is.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Krause, 90 seconds.
Thank you. I think you have to look at the setting of the Constitution, in that we as a people had to endure a tyrannical foreign power on our soil that overtaxed us. And our founders, in their wisdom, came up with a living document. And the beauty of this is a checks and balance. It disperses the power in a centralized government. They were afraid of a centralized government. And you can see it reading the Constitution. There's specific articles. Article 1 is Congress, 2 is the President, 3 is the judicial. Now, it had to be changed because of extreme social issues. Civil War. You know, we got the 13, 14, 15 amendments. And fortunately, the founders, in their wisdom, put in a mechanism where we can change it. But it has to be changed just sparingly. Just sparingly. And it had to be done after the Civil War. There wasn't any choice. You know, this country went into a tumultuous period, and we had to change it. Or those people would have died in vain.
Thank you, Mr. Krause. Mr. Stumpf?
You know, this debate has been going on for a long time. In fact, Thomas Jefferson was quoted way back during his time talking about people trying to put things into the Constitution or take things out or trying to mold it to fit their needs. So this is nothing new. And I think that the danger is when people try to make it into what they want it for themselves, you're on a very slippery slope. I think there's a reason why we don't have hundreds of amendments, because it's been tested and it's tried over the years, over the decades. It pretty well is encompassing. You start messing around with it, and then all of a sudden you're into trouble. And I don't believe that only in extreme cases should there be any type of amendments or anything done. I mean, absolutely, and that's the tack that has been held. I'm trying to remember when the last amendment was back like '89 or 90. I mean, there's a reason for it, and our founding fathers had the wisdom to set it up to where we wouldn't have to continue to manipulate it. So I don't believe that it's anything that needs to be messed with any more than we have to, and it pretty well lays everything out.
Thank you. Mr. West?
Well, just like my other candidates here, the Constitution is a living and breathing document, but the way our founding fathers understood it is they gave the states rights. Any kind of amendments has to be ratified through the states, because we understand that there are going to be special circumstances, just like Scott said, it's going to happen. But they just can't do it from Washington, D.C., and that's what's going on right now in Washington. Everything Washington, they're trying to dictate to the states. What people don't understand is the Constitution says, we the people. It does not say we the federal government. It does not say we the state. It says we the people. The people give the states the rights, and the states give the federal governments their power and authority, and they cannot amend anything without the states ratifying it. So yes, it is a living, breathing document, but it's a living, breathing document for the people, not the government.
Thank you. Mr. Kraus, our second question.